Hmm. Now that is weird. That is very much weird. That is very weird. It act like it didn't want to even go live right quick. So I can turn the light back on. Is that the blue? Oh, that's the white. Let me get that white light out of here. That white light out of here. Let me go with that. It's usually blue. Let's go back blue. There we go. That helps the eyes a little bit. That definitely helps the eyes. Let me see if I can get in here. Into the what you call it here? The live was acting stupid just now. Like it don't usually act stupid like that. It really don't. But it's acting a little stupid tonight. So we're gonna get that figured out. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna raise the ceiling a little bit here. There we go. Just a little bit. Raise that ceiling. SB, what's going on with you, man? Look like I just got a text from you. Um, yeah, three fragrances with unforgettable CIs, daily time preferences. I'm gonna get you on that, man. I'm gonna hit you back and let you know, man. Um, I can tell you right now. um, I don't really have big time preference, so it's all good. um, yeah, man. So I'm I'm trying to see if I can actually get into my own live here. There we go. So basically, what I'm doing is so I can see comments and stuff without having to like look up to the TV or actually look through here. Because a lot of times I'll be doing like this, trying to peek around, trying to see what's going on. So yeah, man. But yeah, tomorrow's good, man. So tomorrow's good. I think the earlier for me the better because you already know I do my thing. As far as like the the Sunday thing with the wife. But yeah, so actually, I can actually stand up now. I was messing around with the messing around with the laptop just now, man. Just trying to get the thing. It wouldn't lie. It wouldn't load the live for some reason. That was odd. I don't even know if the mic is actually. Hmm. I think y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a good thumbs up in there because it's weird because when I go directly through YouTube, for some reason the mic volume goes it's low in here for some strange reason. So you gotta love YouTube live tech issues. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. But if you can hear me, then that's good, because that's the big thing. You said Mike's good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So man, yeah, I was running today trying to get some stuff together and trying to get all of this stuff together for the truck. It's been like an ongoing nightmare for like the last 3, 4 weeks. I think over the last 4 weeks, I spent like $1,100, right at almost 12. It's been like 11, 15 or so, just trying to get the my wife's vehicle up and running and going right. So, man, it's been a monster. I finally had a chance to add that the fifth shelf up here on the top and add my stuff up there. So it's been that took a little bit. I don't even think I'll do it six. I can, but I don't think I'm gonna do six. And part of the reason why really kind of comes down to the slats. The ones that I have are kind of bold, and I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to bring them slats up there. Because it's gonna take too much like effort to try to like they're anchored into the wall, but it's gonna take too much effort for me to like hold it straight and do this and try to drill and sitting on top of a ladder. doing all that. And nah, that's all right. It is okay. I don't mind not having it up there. I'm getting a new shelf anyway. Um, you said, did I mess with any Surge Lutons? So there's one Endemi or Incremi. I had it in my let me see. It's in my thing I've been looking at, and I'm probably gonna actually get it on my May haul. I had to save it. Let me see. It is Ecrin de Fumi. Ecrin de Fumi. That's what it is. Um, it's in my cart already. Man, when I heard about the notes on that thing, man, that tobacco and the caramel nuances to it and all that kind of stuff, man. My guy Charm actually was talking about it, man, and I was like, oh, let me see what's up with it. So I went ahead and jumped out in the train, man, put it in there just to see what was going on. So yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be one that I'm gonna be kind of, happy to get. To be honest, definitely gonna be happy to get that one. But man, one of the main reasons I did this video tonight had somebody hit me up today, man. I did that the video for the Vulcan Fway, and um and I call it Fway. It's actually Vulcan Fa, Fa is Fa, but Fway. That sounds better. That sounds better. But anyway, had somebody hit me up about that video, and basically was like, um, you was out there shilling, hope the brand paid you enough to, be out here shilling for it. And all of y'all are shilling for this thing. And I'm like, bro, really? Like, first of all, I am not paid by any brands. But if they offer me, I'll shill. Actually, I wouldn't, man. That's not me. But the fact of the matter is, man, I'm not sponsored by any brands or anything like that. I do love fragrances. I actually do. And so a lot of times and for the most part, I am a collector. I do like to wear these fragrances. I do like to experience fragrances from top to bottom and repeatedly from top to bottom again and again and again. There's sometimes where I may spend 2 days with a fragrance and literally just trying to study a top note, and will spray 4 or 5 times. And then, once that top note kind of evaporates after a couple of hours, spray another 3, 4 times or whatever, because I'm trying to get the most comprehensive information about a particular fragrance. So it doesn't, I'll do that. But that's more because I enjoy fragrances. I enjoy the nuances of fragrances. I enjoy those things like that. But I invest my own resources in order to do that. Trades and things like that as well. Not borrowing those. But I do my own thing. So when people come in the comments and they're like, bro, you shilling for something, and it's literally just me giving a review about a fragrance that I like or that I love, then it's like, what are we really doing here? Like, what? First of all, I really don't care. You care because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? But it's the simple fact that, it made me start thinking about the bigger point, right? With a lot of us and the smaller fragrance reviewers, especially that don't have as big of a platform, where you've got a lot of people, man, who think that just because you are on here, you started your camera, and you can get on here on YouTube and talk about something for a little bit, or even put a catchy tune underneath your video. Hell, I mean, a word to the wise, Clip Champ or CapCut or one of them. But just because you could do that, then you're being a shill for a company. That makes no sense whatsoever, man. I have yet to understand that whole logic, right? I got comments here. Mixed edition checking in. What's going on? What is going on, man? Appreciate you checking in. Definitely appreciate you checking in, man. As my guy says on that movie, spread the word. Man, look, I love Independence Day. That is one of my guilty pleasure movies. That movie, whenever that movie comes on, it doesn't matter what time of year, doesn't matter what day of the week, whatever. I will sit there and watch that entire movie. I will sit there and watch the entire movie, man. But this thing was the one in question, right? The Vulcan Fue. Now, don't get me wrong. I am. Let me put it like there. There we go. I think it's gonna focus now. There we go. I'm gonna end up bringing the snakes on here one of the nights, and everybody gonna be like, "Oh my god!" But yeah, man, Vulcan Fue. I like this. I really. So to me, it's one of my favorite French Avenue releases. It is very close to that God of Fire DNA. And there's a thing that I mentioned it in the video that I had on it. Um, and it goes true for a lot of especially French Avenue fragrances. There's something that they do, and I don't know if it's intentional, but what they do is they will give, how we talk about fragrances being better blended and all that kind of stuff, and the blend quality of certain fragrances. There's something that French Avenue does where it almost seems like the blend quality on a fragrance isn't quite, you know, like the best. Like they'll have a certain note that'll kind of peak out. That'll be the like an accent note, basically, right? So it sticks out when on the original it doesn't do that. He does that with this one on the cedar and on the lemon. But I enjoy the way that they did it. They also did it in such a way to where the fruity vibe on this thing lasts throughout the life of the fragrance, as opposed to on the actual God of Fire, where you do get a little bit of nuance in the background, but for the most part, once it gets into that like 2 hour mark or whatever, you start really getting to the woody essence of it. Man, I like this. I like this a lot. I love it. It's really good. And I've gotten actually some pretty solid compliments on this thing already, man. Um, but because I talk about that fragrance so lovingly, I'm chill. So that's a thing that I'm looking at the phone to make sure I didn't get any chats in. Um, that's something that I'm really it's disappointing when you see that happen, man, in the community, man. And I'm gonna tell you now, this one, Vulcan Sable, it's gonna be a similar scenario. It's gonna be a similar scenario, man. I love it. This is really good. Cocoa vibes, sandy, dusty cocoa vibes all throughout, just like Sandance. But I find this one to be a little bit smoother than Sandance. Sandance has a little bit of a bite to it, but I think that bite that Sandance has is intentional. The way that the woods attack it, coming in towards the mid, I think that gives it even more of a sandy, dusty type of vibe. This one is a little bit smoother in its presentation, still a little dusty, but just not as the depth and the movement isn't the same on this one that it is in Sandance. That being said, it's very good. It's very, very good. But I know that there's going to be people that are actually going to be jumping in. They're going to be talking about how I'm shilling for, French Avenue. First of all, to be a shill, you have to get your shillings. I have no shillings from these brands. So since I have no shillings from these brands, I don't consider myself being a shill for these brands. I get no benefit out of talking about these fragrances at all, right? What times it travels? What's up, OG? Just got that new club, the new X straight in, straight fire. So X straight is good. X straight is really, really good. I don't even have it yet, but one of the guys I know is used to be my coworker. He's got it, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it, and he's a club to the week guy, right? So for him to be like that's his favorite one that they've ever released. Hey, bro, I gotta. It makes me say, okay, this might be the reason I get a bottle of it, right? Um, and to be honest, I'm that DNA to me is kind of it's worn out on me a little bit. Let's be honest. It's one of those things that has been done so much that now I'm kind of like, take it or leave it, right? But the X straight, it did get me a little curious. Not even gonna lie, because right now, except with the exception of um the 9 p.m. And I think I got something else up here that's kind of got that DNA. With the exceptions of those, the Venus DNA is not really present as much in my collection. I don't really need it. I'm a bit more of a Cedroc Boise guy anyway, so there you go. Matter of fact, guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, by the way. When you come in, man, or when you come out, when you leave out, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're vibing. But yeah, so this guy is going to be, this is an interesting one right here. I really do like it. So going back and forth right now. Um, excuse me. I was doing a bit of testing this week, and I have not put that video out yet. I've done the review for it, but I hadn't put the video out for the Vuzingi. But I may do an edit to that video because when I did the initial video on it, it was probably about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago when I did the initial video. And Paris Corner fragrances are weird because sometimes they really do like jump up in improvement just by sitting around getting some air in the bottle and maturating a little bit, maturing a little bit, man. Over the last week or so that I've actually had this, it has matured. I mean, I've had it longer than that, but I'm saying over the last week or so, since I've done the review, week and a half, literally, I can tell you when it was that I did the review. It was March 13th. So March 13th, since March 13th that I did this review, this thing has literally gotten deeper. It's getting closer to the actual Torino 21 vibe. Now, I will say this, to me, the mint, the style of mint is different in this one. It's not the leafy, the Torino has more of a leafy type of green mint, like an actual mint leaf type vibe. This one has more of the synthetic, almost like a spearmint type vibe to it, but they are the same thing as far as like the DNA goes. It's just they're using different quality oils. But this is getting better. And I'm wondering what it's gonna start smelling like when it hits that 2, 3, 4 month maturation level, man. Let me catch it. Let's see. So I do understand that pineapple note doesn't smell synthetic, smells like juicy pineapples that dry down is on another level. Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was like, to him, it gives him the most Aventus vibe that he's had in an Aventus inspiration. Um, he was saying that it actually gives more of the old school Aventus than it does the newer formulations, which to me, that would be a good thing. It said, Mr. Disher said they definitely need a little time to sit, and the more you spray out and let the air in, yeah, the more you spray it out and let the air in, the better they get, man. Which people say that maturation ain't a real thing. It is. It is, but the maturation is a real thing with designer fragrances. It's a real thing with niche fragrances. You know, the more air gets in, the more your fragrance degrades, but the more your fragrance actually gets a little bit richer. The oils evaporate a little bit. I mean, not the oils, the alcohol evaporates a little bit. You get a lot more of a strength to the fragrance that you're dealing with. I mean, it's just kind of what it is. It's just that a lot of the Middle Eastern ones end up maturation makes a bigger difference with them because of the fact that they're only sat in vats for a certain length of time, or usually a shorter length of time than a regular fragrance would be. So they don't have the time to go through the full process that they normally should, man. But all right, let me check the comments here. Facts. Yep. Definitely facts. But yeah, man. So, but that's the thing that was kind of bothering me today, man. Was that that there were and it wasn't just on my video. If it was just my video, then whatever. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? But there's some other creators that are out there, man. That and in one particular, one young lady that that I know personally. And she's doing a review, and I'm seeing folks in there talking about how she's shilling for this KLE fragrance, man. And it's like I know for a fact she's not. For a absolute fact that she's not, because she spent her own money on that thing, the full presentation. So yeah, it just bothered me the way that they were coming in the comments at her, and then coming at me. And what I've learned is that there is a Fragcom isn't toxic. There are certain people in Fragcom that are, and most of them aren't really even in the fragrance community. A lot of them hate watch. A lot of them, they don't even have a fragrance in their collection at all. They don't have any fragrances. They just want to jump on and talk about people being shills. You know, if you this is gonna sound it's gonna sound strange, man, but or it's gonna sound a little biting, bro, but it's true. If you got 3 bottles in your collection, and you are hate watching my videos or anybody else's videos and putting comments on, I know you're shilling because this don't smell, da, da, da. You may not have even smelled this fragrance. I don't know. Matter of fact, I don't know you. So what? You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of folks that do that. There are a lot of folks that get on and they hate watch, this fragrance content. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they get a kick out of it. Some folks do. Some folks feel like, they can talk, they can get online and just talk about people and put down people and do all that kind of stuff. And that's just what they do, and okay, cool. I get it. Hey, so I'm watching Vegas Walks, man. If you ever get a chance, he does like walks up the Vegas Strip, right? And so, I watch these videos. He's got a ton of them online, man. And they run in the background in my office at all times. It's just weird. Sometimes I have the Miami port stuff too. But it's weird because this is the first time I've seen this. He is literally walking behind this group of girls. I don't know if they just so happen to be going the same way that he is or what. But this is the first time that I'm like, we got creepy cameraman going on right now. Cause he is cheek watching. It's like the way he's walking and the way he's going around people to go follow. It's like cheek watching. Watching. That's crazy. Okay, now he's turning off. Okay, good, good. Okay, okay. I was about to go off on my guy, man. All right, let me see. We got the chat here. Joel, what's going on, man? The sensei. What's happening, man? All right, sit of the day, Nishane Wulong Cha. I think I've talked about Wulong Cha a few times on here, man. Wulong Cha is a fragrance that my wife absolutely hates. Like to the point to where he's following them again. How you got back over there for anyway. So but she hates that fragrance, man. She absolutely hates oolong cha. And I think what it is that that oolong tea presents to her senses as uber floral. And it is one that she just, when she smells it, it's almost like she goes into like dry heave status. Like it's really that serious. Um, so I only wear it around. What I did was I said I had bought a bottle of it. I said bottle back. And I just got like a little decant of it now. So it's just like legit. Every once in a while, I might want to put the oolong cha on and do it. But just quit. It's crazy. It's got to be the oolong tea. And here's why I say that, because she loves Melody of the Sun, right? Melody of the Sun from Mancera, very similar vibe to oolong cha. Very, very similar vibe. Green tea, though, in that one. And the citruses are a little bit brighter. I think the florals in Wulong Cha envelop the fragrance a little bit more in a beautiful way. But yeah, the green tea gets accented by the citrus in that Melody of the Sun, while the citruses are just kind of there to brighten up that oolong. It's but it's different. It's just different. So yeah, Wulong Cha is good though. So don't forget everyone to hit that thumbs up button. Definitely, man. Joe, definitely. Let them know. Let them know, man. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna be on here too long. But I do want to kind of check in a little bit, man, and talk to people about that. I mean, I want to see how people feel about that conversation as far as like, there's people in the community. And I actually saw the conversation on Reddit as well. And I'm gonna start doing like Reddit post conversations on some of these lives. There was a post on Reddit where these guys were legit like talking about fragrance reviewers, and all of them are shills, and I think they were directing their vitriol at Omar over at School of Sense. And he's just a shill and da 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 da. But the way he was saying it had so much venom and so much vitriol in it. And one of the comments it made me laugh out loud. He was like, "Man, this is about more than fragrance. Man, he screwed your girl, huh? He screwed your girl while wearing Club Did a Weed, didn't he?" Like, but it came across like that. It was just that bad. But in the middle of that thread, there was just people that were just talking about how even people that are on like smaller channels are shills, or they're trying to be shills, and they're trying to get to the point to where they can be shills and do, and it's just like there is a genuine love of fragrances for a lot of people who are doing these small, or who have smaller channels. Because I'm going to be completely honest, if you're doing this and you're a smaller channel, then 9 times out of 10, you are you have a genuine love of fragrance. Now you may get to monetize that love later, but when you start this thing out, you genuinely have a love of fragrance. So I don't like to see when you have people, my fellow folks in the community, they get attacked just because they love a fragrance, or because they want to talk about something that they experienced. And at the end of the day, that's really what a review is. I'm just talking about the experience that I had with this fragrance. And that experience, that talk about that experience, might be able to help other people in their buying decision. Right? That's really at the end of the day, that's what it is. And the way that people come at people who actually do that is ridiculous. It really is. Um, by the way, guys, every once in a while I get addicted to like a zero sugar thing. Um, the Coke Oreo Coke. That sounds so disgusting, right? But Oreo Coke was my thing for a minute, and I literally went to every store I could possibly go to because it was only a limited time thing. Every time I saw it in a store, I bought up all of the stock that they had of the Cokes, and finally didn't have it anymore. This is my new vice right here. This is the Dr. Pepper blackberry. Is it gonna? Yeah, there we go. This is the Dr. Pepper blackberry zero sugar. I'm having a heck of a time right now because I've got tequila on one and the Dr. Pepper on the other one. Great stuff. Great stuff. But man, I was doing a tag video tonight, and I had my stuff kind of set up already for the tag video, and I was like, man, let me just go ahead and go live, man. Especially since I got a chance to, get my other shelf up, and like I said, I'm debating whether or not to go one more level or possibly even cut the shelf and put it down a level right here. The only thing about that is I really don't want it to where I could sit back and hit my head on the shelf. And knowing me, my clumsy ass, that would happen. So trying my best not to do that. So, because of that, I was like, well, if I'm gonna go anywhere, it'll probably go up. And I'm probably gonna end up having another fragrance shelf on the side. I've got a lot of my Manceras up here right now, but some of them are gonna end up moving back over there because I don't have room. Like I've got 20 fragrances that are sitting over here somewhere. And so I gotta, yeah. It's gonna be one of those days where even though this is a great, nice looking presentation, I'm gonna be running out of room in a little bit. I was probably gonna have to just gonna squeeze the bottles closer together. I kind of like how they're spaced right now, but what's going to end up happening is eventually, as far as space wise goes, I'm just going to have to like I think each row has 27 on there now. I'm probably going to have to condense it to where each row is going to have like 32 or something like that on there. It's going to have to happen, unfortunately, because I'm running out of room. What's the tag video? I was thinking about starting a tag. I'll keep you posted. Man, hey, keep me posted. Definitely keep me posted, man. So the tag was, and shout out to Walt, man, Fat Boy Finesse, for hitting me on the tag, man. It's basically, and I haven't, once I put the video out, I'm going to have my tags on there, the people I'm tagging, but it's basically your 5 most underrated fragrances. Like, the fragrances that you think, not necessarily just in your collection, but the 5 fragrances that you think are the most underrated, like the ones that you don't hear people talk about a whole lot, but that are really super solid, good, like awesome frags. And my challenge whenever somebody brings up a list or something like that is I try to bring like fragrances that people don't talk about at all. And there were a couple of them that I really wanted to talk about that I'd seen videos get posted on recently. And I was like, nah, like Chad Secrets did a video on, and I think I did put it in the video anyway, but the Guerlain Homme, this stuff is good. This is photorealistic mojito. This is peppermint, rum, and lime at the top. That's a good time. Like when you spray this on, you do get that photorealistic peppermint mojito vibe. It is so good. Now that vibe only lasts for maybe about an hour into the fragrance, but just like a mojito, man, it's here for a good time, not a long time. But it goes into like a really solid, beautiful vetiver bed that it rests on, man. And there's something about the combo of limes and vetiver, man, that just kind of brings out this really pleasant, earthy vibe, man, that has a little bit of a zingy punch to it. And that's what this is, man. Gorgeous. I love it. I really do. Um, but that was one of the ones that I was like, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on, but I ended up putting it in the video anyway. Latafa Emir is another one. I think Walt did a video on it, maybe about I think maybe a month ago, and a lot of people hadn't talked about it a lot. My guy, oh gosh, um, why am I blanking on his actual name? Fragrance Show. He actually did one on it a couple of months back too. I've had this for a long time. Like if you could see, I don't know if you could see the juice in here. This was like an all-star fragrance last year. Um, it's got the weirdest presentation for a box that I've ever seen because it's got like it's lit on the inside of it. But I think that's one of the boxes I may actually still have. Um, and the bottle looks so feminine and all that kind of stuff. This is like the most masculine, manly fragrance that you could ever have, though. Let's say I was thinking, okay, let's see. If someone would tag me for a video of that, I would need to talk about almost all my collection. Hey, it's hard. It's hard not to. That was the issue that I had because I was going through here and I was like, there's so many fragrances that I feel in here are very underrated. Like people don't talk about a lot, but are super good. Dude, what's going on, man? What's good, Navas? I can't stay. Just saw you alive. Figured to say, hey, man, I appreciate you stopping in, man. I definitely do. I'm just sitting here talking, sitting here talking a little bit. I actually came on after I did a video, and I was just kind of talking about the Shilling scenario because I was getting a whole bunch of people hitting me up today talking about fragrance shills, like because I did the review on the Vulcan Fouet, and they were like, oh, you're shilling for French Avenue and all that. And I was like, first of all, I have to be getting shillings if I'm shilling, and I'm not getting anything for doing this review for these for the fragrance, man. So but yeah, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then I had another associate that had gotten some attacks on her video, and it just was something I had to talk about tonight, man. But I appreciate you stopping in. Oh man, I appreciate the 9.99. Exact. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying. Like I think I've told this story to if anybody else is listening, and I know that you are, of course, dude. But you were the one that kind of gave me the kick in the ass to be like, okay, well, just go ahead and just start recording, just start doing the channel, you know. Because there's people in the space that are influential. There's people that I really was like, oh, I want to do a channel. Of course, Ross over at TLTG, Paragon Fragrances, Nate over there, man, and I've talked to him recently about doing some stuff together, man. And I know you and I are supposed to be doing some stuff coming up soon, man. Just let me know when, and I'm ready for it. But yeah, man, you were the one that was kind of like, hey, go. Just do it, man. Just do it. Just start the camera and go. So yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, man, because this is something that I love doing. I love talking about fragrances. I love talking, love being in the community. And I'm still, I call myself the novice nose, KNOWS, because one of the things that I'm one of those people that's kind of like what they call a jack of all trades. I'm into every little thing that's out there. So, novice knows wrestling. I mean, I'm a novice at it, but I know wrestling. I know music. I know this. I know that. I know this, that, but um, it just gives a deeper meaning when it comes to fragrance because the fragrance is something I really love, man. And to be able to be in the community around people like you, people around like Ross, my guy SB, man, Sid Bubble, those guys, Joel, the sensei. And it's definitely, I appreciate everybody that kind of welcomed me in with open arms, man. It's amazing to be here, man. And I appreciate all the love that you've given me and everybody else has too, man. Let me get back to my phone. It's best to ignore those people. I used to feed into the drama hardcore, but it brought nothing but more trolls and spam. Just hide from the channel. Ignore is my best advice to you. Yeah, Mike is next week after my soul stream this week, an Imaginary Authors Perfumer, and then we collab late April, early May. Hey, that's perfect. That is perfect, man. I appreciate the opportunity to get on and talk some fragrance and stuff, man. And you're right. One of those things that I don't I like to ignore them. I don't even mute them most of the time. Well, it depends. It really depends on how egregious they are with their comment. But I decided to kind of bring it up tonight because it was just odd that you know there are so many. I got on this Reddit thread where they were talking about all of and they were naming names. They named Ross. I think they brought your name up. Um they brought up Chaos, Jensen's, um hell, they brought up Create with Jonathan. And I'm like, what? Like they were bringing up everybody and they mentioned my name on this thread too. Um and I'm just like, huh? You know? Um they mentioned Vegas Sense, which is another. I call him a friend in the space. They mentioned him on the thread, and I know for a fact that that's not the case with Jamar. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way that they were even talking about it. Now I don't really give them attention like that, you know, but I did kind of want to talk about it tonight because you know content is always good. It's so glad he talked you into it. You're a natural. I enjoy your lives, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that mixed edition, definitely. And then dude says, I'm surprised how many people that single comment helped. When I said just start the channel, no matter what, do you have to just start it? Yeah. Sometimes you need the push. You did the Nick Fury thing. They needed to push. You know, for all my Marvel fans out there. But yeah, man, it's like it really was one of those things where my wife was at the point to where she was kind of like, hey, if you don't start a channel soon, man, you're not buying another fragrance. You're not bringing another fragrance in. And I was like, yeah, that's true. So I sat there and I kind of messed around and I tried to do a video and I was like, yeah, I need to get this, I need to get that. And I was kind of lollygagging. And it was when you was like, hey, just start it. Just start doing it. Like, okay, no matter what the video quality is, they got to be super top notch quality or all this kind of stuff. Just do it, you know, just do it. And, you know, just having that step, because I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist, but my perfection leads to procrastination. So, you know, I can sit there and be like, okay, the sound has to be just right. And if the sound can't be just right, I'm putting this off for another 2 months until I can get the microphone that I want, or you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. And this is unnecessary. I've seen folks literally, you know, recording videos with, you know, their phone just propped up against the computer, and that happens, and do good videos. So it's not the quality of the video; it's the quality of the content. And I'm glad you pushed me to actually do it because I'm working on the quality of the content as we speak. So I was called a shill at 500 subscribers for talking about Blue Atlas Atlantis. My only reply was, "What company would pay someone with 500 subscribers get a life?" I started the channel with 20 fragrances. Man, yeah, I Blue Atlas was one that I kept. I think everybody was trying to. Anybody who talked about Blue Atlas was all of a sudden a shill, and it was because of the fact that Blue Atlas, I guess, was smaller or whatever. People didn't know about. The same thing happens. I think it's gonna happen with like Siren fragrances. Some of the stuff that they do, and I talked to the guys there. I want to try to get a um, a review up on them. I'm supposed to be getting a bottle. Try to order a bottle of, and I'm gonna actually pay price for the bottle itself of the blue caviar, because I think Ross was talking about both of them. I think he talked about blue caviar and black caviar, and I think he likes black caviar better. But there's something about the note breakdown of blue caviar that made me say that's the one I want right there. I think it's going to be something that's going to be fresh, something that I'll be able to kind of, you know, really wear in in the the rest of the year for like the late spring and the summer, and really do recommendations on it. And the black caviar will be something that I'll kind of push into the fall rotation. I'm trying to be more selective with the ones that I get in the time of year that I get them, because I don't want to bring in I be at Sip Bubble just now we're talking about Serge Lutens, the Ancre Fume, and that's a deep tobacco and caramelly and rich type of fragrance. And while I love that kind of DNA, I probably ain't gonna wear it until it's like fall and winter. So yeah, it could go on a later haul. Let's get the stuff that's gonna be a little bit more wearable for the time of year. And I work in an office, so yeah, I could probably wear some of that stuff, but I also have to walk outside the office, and I don't want to be sweating, smelling like caramel and tobacco. So yeah. All right, let me see your chat. Let's see. And I used to use an iPhone corded headphone mic, and my phone propped up against a fragrance buy box. Hey, that's that exactly. Exactly, man. So and look what your channel is doing. You are not only growing exponentially, but people are like, really, you're one of those people that people trust in the game. Like when you're talking about a fragrance, they're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, Randy was saying this, so I trust what he's saying, because you're not gonna just be one of those people who are just gonna talk glowingly about a fragrance that you don't like. you know, and if you don't like the fragrance, it's very apparent when you don't like a fragrance. So yeah, man, that's and I think that all reviewers should aspire to that. I think sometimes people may talk about me as far as being like um a shill, for the simple fact that they don't have a lot of like negative reviews that I do. There's a reason for that. The reason why I don't do a lot of negative reviews is that if I'm investing my money in something, most of the time I'm going to invest my money into stuff that I like. If you see a fragrance, if you don't see a fragrance on my channel, 9 times out of 10, you don't see the fragrance because I checked the DNA and I didn't like it. And because I have to invest my own funds in buying these bottles, you're going to get now there are some that I will have like a mediocre review on. The Tafa Atlas, for example, is one of them. I got one that's coming that I got some negative. I won't say it's a negative review, but it's not the most glowing. And I point out a bunch of stuff. I won't tell you which one it is, but it's something on this bottom row here. But yeah, now a bunch of people start looking at the bottom row. They're trying to. I don't even think it's in the frame. Is it? No, it's not. But yeah, this one right here. This is Ahmad Al-Maghribi blue. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. So, but if I'm investing my own money in it, most of the time it's going to be something that I like, and a lot of times I get decants of fragrances. Like, before I try them out, I got drawers full of decants and other packs and baggies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm always experimenting, always looking through stuff. If I get a whole bottle of a clone that I don't like, when I don't like it. You don't. You'll know. Matter of fact, one of the ones, Mestraba, the one from Latafa Mestraba, was the smoking hot inspiration, Killian smoking hot inspiration. I hated it. And like I just got a decant of it, and I literally had ordered it the same day that I got the decant in, because I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and order it, man, and get it, on the way. Man, the decant itself turned me the hell off of the fragrance, and I was like, you know what? I literally like canceled my order. I like, catch it, do not send this. I do not want this. I had the little 3 milliliters decant of it. I went through that little decant and the wearing, and I was like, I don't even want to talk about this. And left it alone. And I had somebody asking me about Mastrava, like, yeah, have you ever had it? Yep. Have you ever smelled it? Yep. Hated it. Didn't like it. It wasn't even that the fragrance was so bad. It's the fact that I don't like fragrances that smell like candles. I like my fragrances to smell like cologne, fragrances, that type of thing, something that you can wear. I don't like my fragrances to smell like a freaking mainstay candle. And that's what it really came across as. It came across like a hookah. And while okay, the hookah smoke, that's nice, and the vibe and all that kind of stuff, it's not something I want to wear. So I just was like, whatever. I'm not about to invest my money in it. Not about to do that. All right. It said, I appreciate the kind words. He said, so I tried blue caviar though through an Amazon purchase. I know Ross likes it. I don't. And you know what's weird? You and I like a lot of the same stuff, but there's some stuff that you like that I don't, and some stuff that I like that you don't. So that's why I was like, blue caviar. See, that's a good point. I wonder if you're gonna review that one. Have you tried the new Valentino extra dose? Yes, I have. And I will say that if you're doing extra dose, and you've got any of the other ones, it's unnecessary. If you got this, if you got this one, the intense, you don't need it. You don't need it. Not at all. Not at all. Because in just the vibe is so redundant. Like if you don't have that and you want that DNA, yeah, fine, go extra dose. It's cool. I mean, it smells nice. Just like the other ones do. But if you've got intense, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to get that one to kind of add to the no, unless you're collecting them like Pokemon, don't do it. Reconsider. You say, see, I'm indifferent. Sometimes I like waxy candles like chocolate greedy in the fireplace if I'm sitting at home. Yeah, see, if I like candles. That's the thing. Like, I love like candles. I've always I used to always have one burning in the bedroom. And my wife was like, oh man, all I smell is wax now. But I love candles. I love the scented candles. There's something that I love having. The problem that I have is I don't like my fragrance that well, I'll take that back. There are certain fragrances that I don't mind smelling like that if I'm at the house. Like, um, what is it that I wear a good little bit, like just around the house. Oh, so this guy right here, Avenue London. This is a Greenwich Village dupe. But to me, it comes across more like sweet floral candle in the way that it comes across. So like, I don't like to wear it out as much. But what I do like to do is after a shower or something in the evening, I'll spray it on and kind of live in that little scent bubble. It's kind of a little bit of a relaxing type of vibe, but it's not something that I want to wear out like that. Another one, and people are gonna get upset with me for saying this, but hell damn, it's the truth. As much as I like this fragrance, as much as I like this fragrance, this is of course Liam Gray, Lattafa, Liam Gray. As much as I like Liam Gray, this is not something that I like to wear out very much. I do like to wear it around the house, you know, but it's not one that I'm akin to wearing out a lot. Like I've worn it a few times, and I've gotten some compliments on it, but for some reason, it's just not my vibe as far as like standard going out wear. You know, I'm gonna have people attack me for it because Liam Gray is a lot of folks' darlings in the community. They love it. You say, yeah, that's why I didn't reduce the extra dose. It's a redundancy nightmare, but good. Yeah, it is, man. I don't know. To me, I just felt like it was unnecessary. Let's see. It said, is a 100 milliliter Eros EDP still worth $35 in 2025 for a teen? Heck yeah. 100 mil, $35? Yeah. Yeah, an EDP, definitely, because you're getting a blend of the longevity in that one for the EDP. Um, I am a big. I like personally. I like the parfum a little bit more because it's a little bit more muted. But I'm an older guy. If you're a teen, the EDT or the EDP are the ones that you got to go for, man. And $35 is a great investment for that type of DNA. Discounters right now, if they've got it sitting at 100 mil for 35, I mean, that's a no-brainer, man, because it's got strength. It's not something where you're gonna have to bathe in it to actually get your value out of it and to get to have it projected, to have it last. This is Eroses are naturally loud, especially the green bottle. It's naturally loud. So I mean, you could get away with probably like two, three sprays, 4 or 5 at the max, man, and still go into a room. People will smell you. People will comment on that fragrance, and you're gonna smell good. You're gonna be something. You're gonna have a. You're not gonna stink, definitely, but you're gonna have something that's going to be pleasant to people's smell. So yeah, $35. Hell yeah, for 100 mil. Yeah, get that. All right, gotta go work. Take care. Smell good, everyone. I appreciate you stopping in, Joel. Later, Joel. Say I'm doing another Vemba Hall Monday. You can help again. Hey, man, Joel is the sensei, man. Joel is the sensei. That is my guy, man. Said, all right, Jiggle. You say, what do you think of French Avenue Liquid Broom? I think it's a very, very good interpretation of Altair. It is as close to a 1-to-1 as you can usually get in the fragrance. Now, as far as um, use wise, of course, not a summer fragrance. Spring, gorgeous. It is a. Let me see if I can get it up there. It's one of those fragrances that I loved wearing in like the late fall because it gives like towards the holidays because it has this really warm vanilla in it, right? But it's an ambery type of vanilla. It's not all the way towards Grand Soir, but very reminiscent of that type of ambery type of vibe. In all honesty, I mean, I find this a little bit brighter in that aspect though than Grand Soir. Um, very very good value in liquid broom. Definitely a great fall time presence for a scent. If you're a teen and you're wearing this, I do find this fragrance to be loud but mature. And what I mean by that is this is not like an Eros where Eros is a little bit more youthful and all that, but loud. This has a little bit more of a reserved nature to it, in as far as like the fragrance DNA itself, but it is loud. It will fill up a room. You don't need but maybe two, three sprays of this. So do I like it? Heck yeah. Love it. Check out the review on my channel on this one, man. This is one of my favorites of this last year. You know, it's a better interpretation of that Altair DNA than this one is, which is the Luciano Bourbon. Um, this one is another interpretation of Altair. This one's going to be a little cheaper than Altair. I mean, the Liquid Broom, though. The problem that I have with this fragrance is that it starts off beautifully, and actually, it starts off the opening of it is more akin to the actual Altair. The problem with it, though, is that it goes really cedar heavy, and it's not like the most high quality cedar. It's kind of like the cheap midsection cedar, and that cedar dominates it. And it now, to a certain extent, it's cool because it gives it almost like this aged liquor barrel type of vibe. And that feels good for the first like 30 minutes you get into it, but then it becomes a little dank. And at that point, 3 hours in, it's like, no, I kind of want to take a shower and put something else on. If there's a fragrance that makes me want to take a shower and put something else on, oop, about to fall. If it makes me want to put something else on, I don't need to wear it. I pass. I don't want to do that one. And that's one of them that'll make you do it. All right, you said I'm leaning Sangria, Bois Imperial, and Greenlee or Bois de Portugal. So Joel has me jumping on Bois Imperial. And I'm thinking about Sangria myself. Greenlee or Bois de Portugal. Um, mm, you can never go wrong with Greenlee or Bois de Portugal. Those might be the ones. So, what's your top three Mancera for summer? Mancera for summer? Da, 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 da. Top three Mancera for summer. Oud, lemon mint. This thing's good. This thing is really good. It opens up with the overly synthetic type of mint. It's a really fresh and bright type of mint fragrance. Just because it's synthetic don't mean it don't smell good, and it smells hella good. As it dries down and gets into that lemony vibe, you get lemon and oud. It's actually a really nice vibe that it gets. You have to be careful with sprays on this one because it can be overpowering. So be careful. Um, the goat, the goat, Aquawood from Mancera. When it comes to like summertime stuff, you don't get fresher than this one, man. This one is basically pear in here on top of like a lavender and incense vibe here. And it's soapy, clean, but has a slight little bit of sweetness and a slight little bit of smoke in the background. This is good. This one is one of my favorite summertime scents that Mancera has ever dropped, actually. And then so there's some people who are going to talk about Cedroc Boise, right? No, now you can't even see the label. Cedroc Boise, I love. Don't get me wrong. Summer scent, it is not. I don't know why people consider it a summer scent. Um, if I had to go with one though for summer, it would probably be Vetiver Sensual. I'm actually over here trying to get it out of his bag because I actually have it sitting in the bag right now. But the Vetiver Sensual is probably the best of those. Well, one of the best of the summer fragrances for Mancera. Now, I will say coming in like, okay, I'm changing my mind as we speak because there is another one that I did forget about. Um, and I don't know why I forgot about it, but of course, Vetiver Sensual. Um, you see that dent in there. Been messing with that thing for a long time. Long time. But there's another one that is fairly new to Mancera, and I won't say that it's just a summertime vibe, but I think it's more of a all around the year vibe. One of the things about this was that you could control your sprays. If you could control your sprays, you can use it at all times a year, and that's Mancera's Amberful. Um, here we go. Amberful is very much a fresh vibe, but at the same time, it's got the citrusness, it's got the freshness, but at the same time, it's got versatility. Like this is something that you could actually wear in the winter if you dialed your sprays up just maybe one or two. But and in the summer, if you dialed your sprays back a couple, this would be a great little fragrance that'll dance in the air. I like this stuff, man. I really do. This was it was between this one and Eternal Wood last year were my favorite Manceras. French Riviera, which I actually have a bottle of, but I think that's in my it's in the storage because I got like a few of them that are still sitting in storage. French Riviera is really good too. Very, very good. Fig Me Up is going to be the one that I'm probably going to be talking about this time next year. Let's see. Most of the frags you mentioned today, I've never heard of. I think it's because I stay away from the clones most of the time. Yeah, because you do mostly like the niche and designer. I am doing a lot of these clones, and a lot of them is for content. But the other reason that I'm so into the clone fragrances or the inspirations, some of them have a little bit of a differentiation from the original enough that I'm like, okay, I want to jump into that and see how that presents. Um, Now I am moving more towards doing more niche, especially for this summer. Because one of the things I realized is that I didn't have a lot of like niche spring and summer. They were mostly designers, so I made sure I had Still Life in Rio, which that's the one. That's the one right here. I love this fragrance, man. This made me say, you know what? Why is Louis Vuitton charging so much for Afternoon Swim when this does what Afternoon Swim does so much better and then so much more interestingly? Like it is really, really good. Um, Aqua de Parma, Blue Mediterraneo, Mandarino de Sicilia. Yeah, this one. This is photorealistic tangerine. Like it's almost like you were peeling a tangerine and you just kind of while the rind is still at your face. That's this. And it is so good. So, so good. And then I have I don't even like mentioning Louis Vuitton on any of my videos. But yeah, Pacific Chill. I have that. And then I have a bunch of the infrared but that's in storage too with the what you call it. And then I have the inspirations of Pacific Chill that are up here, which I got a video coming up on those too. But yeah, man. Let's see. I mean, Bois Imperial, it's $72. It's the easy wear. Yeah. Yeah. I'm skipping through the chat right now. Say Cedra Brase or French Riviera to Sicily or lemon lime. Lemon lime is really good too, man. Sicily has this weird astringent vibe to it for some reason in the dry down to my nose. I don't know what it is. And Sicily seems like a fragrance that I would love for the summer. But for some reason, it's got a weird astringent vibe to it. French Riviera is really good. And I didn't mention it because out of sight, out of mind. But French Riviera is definitely one that is like, it's got that cologne vibe to it, that sunscreeny type of vibe to it, man. But it is fresh out the shower, you spray that thing on, man. You walk in the room, man. People are gonna think, "Oh, that dude there's clean." Say, what are the Mancera worth the money? Yes, yes, definitely. The best clone of Greenlee, Aether, without a shadow of a doubt, Aether. That is the best one. Aether is interesting because it comes across more woody to me than Greenlee does, but I like it. I actually like it. It says, let's see, Jig or discounter Mancera, or if you like unisex leaning for fragrances, many of them lean, many of their summer frags use florals. Are they a great brand? No. Are they a good one? Yeah. Yeah, because most are $60 to 80. Yeah. I don't know what Elisa's mommy is talking about, but okay. I mean, Brian Imperial, $72, the easy wear. So I wear Cedroc Rose all summer. I do agree Aqua Wood is great, but I find it better in spring. Not a fan of Oud Lemon Mint, though. The lemon comes out like a lemon cleaner. So here's the crazy part about that. I did Oud Blue Notes to because I was thinking about getting that one as an addition to the collection. And it has that same exact. And the reason I didn't pull the trigger on it is because it has the same exact lemon in the dry down that Oud Lemon Mint does. And I get what you're saying as far as like the lemon cleaner vibe. For some reason, I don't pick that up. My brother picks it up. My wife doesn't pick it up. And his wife, actually not my brother's wife, my brother's ex-girlfriend doesn't pick it up either. I think it's like to some people's nose, it comes across like there's a cleaner called Fabuloso. And There's a lemon fabuloso that they used to put on the market back in the day, and it has a similar vibe to the lemon fabuloso. I think for some people's noses. It doesn't hit my nose like that. A lot of people I know doesn't really hit their nose like that. But like I said, my brother, it hits his nose like that. I have another friend of mine where it hits his nose. He picks up a little bit. He's like, it doesn't really, you know, like interfere. But I think it's the way that the oud comes in, or the quote unquote oud comes in to blend with that lemon, that kind of gives it that fabuloso vibe. You say, all right, Jigga, me personally, I don't think any of the Mancera freshies are for teens. Aqua would be good for a teen. Aqua would, yeah, I think so. Here's the crazy part about Manceras. I get what dude is saying on that, in that they are, a lot of them are a little bit more mature as far as like the way that they fly. I think that French Riviera may be the closest thing you could do. It's like a clean type of vibe. I think Aquawood could be used for a teen, but I don't know if that's a fragrance that you necessarily want to like. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you could use it. Any age can use certain. Well, no, that's not true for all fragrances. But I think, man, Sarah, I think you could pull that off. But it can lean with the incense in there. It can lean a little bit older. They say, where's the best place to buy Mancera from? Um, FragranceBuy.ca. Joma Shop usually has them cheaper, but I don't trust Joma Shop very much at all. FragranceBuy.ca usually has them at a pretty good price as well, though. Fragrance Net is kind of off and on. They say, funny though, the 513 fragrances I only own two Mancera, and I've tried over 55 milliliter decants, Cedroy Boise and Aqua Wood. Man, there's Manceras tend to be love or hates. Like there are some people like Ross loves them, and then there are some people like I have a friend of mine who can't stand Manceras. I'm more on the I love them side of the Mancera tree, but I get why some people don't really like the Mancera stuff. Now, Aquawood, of course, I love that one. Cedroy Boise, Intense Cedroy Boise, the Intense Red Tobacco I have over there. That's another one that I love. It gives me Carlisle vibes, which I love that one. Anything with apple in it, I kind of love, and that one has that little apple in it, and that makes me like, ooh, okay, I want it. But yeah, Mancera's to me, Kumquat Wood's one of my favorite ones. Precious Oud is one of my favorites. Those are two very mature ones because Kumquat Wood is basically freaking grapefruit and vetiver. That's really what it is. And then Precious Oud is tiramisu and oud, and the south that Laotian oud rum. Well, sorry, whiskey. It's whiskey, tiramisu, and Laotian oud, and it can come across feminine to some people. But as it gets into the dry down, it gets more and more masculine. It's really good. That being said, if you don't like Mancera, you definitely won't like that one. All right, let's see. Since IRL, what's going on? And yeah, dude's getting a friend. Yeah, Fragrance Buy, Old Factory LLC, Joma Shop, and Venba. As far as the places to buy that one, Jigga. All right, what's going on since? What's happening? It says French area good 14, and could it be a safe blind buy? I don't know so I never recommend blind buying. Never recommend blind buying. And the reason why I never recommend blind buying is because it's so easy to get decants now. Like it literally is so easy to get to get decants. Like I was offering people like, hey, if you're not too far away from me, I'll send you a 2 milliliter decant, whatever. At one point, but there's so many people that have like little sites and stuff that and for everything from like your high end niche stuff to like you could get decants of clone fragrances right now for little next to nothing. And I think those are the best ones to get the decant first, see how it works on your skin, be smart about it. Get the decant first, spray it on your skin, see what it, even no matter how cheap the fragrance is or anything like that. Let the people like me who decide that they want to spend their money on, a wall like this and do clones and all that kind of stuff and do reviews, let us do that. Let us worry about that part. You just take that influence from us and say, okay, is it good? I don't know, but make sure you get your nose on it first. We can say this is worth you at least putting your nose on so you can see if that fragrance is for you or not. Not us saying, okay, well, this is going to be, yeah, blind buy that. Go get it. No, 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 not going to do that because everybody's skin is different, right? And a fragrance that we might think may not work for a teen, hey, you might get in and be like, oh, I'm the hit in the party. I walked in the room and all the girls fell out. They was like, oh my God, he smells good. What is he wearing? Aquawood. So decant, sample whenever you can. And there's so many sites that you can do it from. Twisted Lily, Decant X, Scent Rush, Scent Split. There's so many of them now. All right. It said I like many of them, just never got around to buying them. I could buy 20 and be happy with them. Yeah. Let's see, Black Gold Prestigium and Sarah has some bangers in my opinion, especially for the price. Yep, but if you get Black Gold Prestigium too, those are more mature fragrances, man. They're really good. They really are. Smells good. Jigga is really all about your personal style. I like my three nephews all are in high school and most wear things like John Paul Gaultier, YSL, and Ralph Lauren. Man, Sarah's really branded, not really a brand to care for. But if you have more an eclectic style, you may enjoy them, but they're much different than what most kids are wearing. That is a very good point because most kids right now are wearing the YSL Ys and stuff like that. Yeah, Jigga was saying that, yeah, most kids in my high school all wear YSL Y or Eros or JPG Elixir and all that, you know. So I did a geek camp of Instant Crush though and loved it. Yeah, Instant Crush is a good one. Instant Crush is one of the more, I think personally, more of a mass appealing type of Mancera fragrance because it kind of goes along in line of what that YSL vibe is or what that JPG vibe is. I think a lot of them are fragrances that people, the Instant Crush is a fragrance that a lot of people can really kind of vibe with at that age. So that's something, if you spray light and you go in the room, then they're going to be all over it. So yeah, that's a good one. But to what dude was saying, man, in the vibe that you have as far as like your high school type scenario, it's like teen vibe, there are some good ones out there, man, that I think you could pull off that would be like in an affordable price range, but at the same time will give you some really good, like not necessarily bubblegummy results, but will make you smell a little bit different. People are gonna fuss at me about saying this, but see this thing right here? Coach Green. Coach Green is basically a kiwi note at the top, man. It's sweet, but it's not like your JPG sweet, right? It's not like your YSL sweet. The kiwi note at the top doesn't last a whole lot of time, but lasts, like 2 to 3 hours in. At least I usually get 2 to 3 hours in on it. But it's a fragrance vibe, man, that it's got that sweet, alluring, fruity kind of nature to it. But at the same time, it's going to give you like a little fresh underbelly with a little bit of that vetiver in there. So it's something that would be really cool. It's not overly mature. I think it's something you can get away with. And it's fairly affordable. I think you can get it for like $45, 40 maybe $45 right now online. We talk about vetiver a lot of times. It's like it's a grown up type vibe. But this one here, and I know the Vibrant Vetiver Delight's always good. It's a brighter type of vetiver vibe. It's candied Sprite, basically, is what it is, and fairly affordable. Be careful with this one because it is a lot more powerful than people give it credit for. If you overspray that, I don't care what nobody says. You overspray that, They gonna know that you oversprayed it, and you're gonna know because as that day goes on, especially if you get into some heat, that's gonna be a regret. It's going to be a regret because amber does a weird thing when it gets heated up, especially when it's amber and sweet vibes. You will not be part of the smell good family, but folks will smell you. Let's see. Say, what are your thoughts on Club in the Weed milestone? Um, I mean, milestone's good. I think that if you were to take this fragrance, this is milestone here, and put it up against the original, the Millesime Imperial, it's close. It's close. Um, but I do like this vibe in here, man. It can go if you wear this in high heat, it can go a little musty. So just be aware of that. It is more of a spring type of vibe. You can wear it in heat. That's fine. It's just like high heat. I don't recommend it because again, we're talking about ambers and amber when it gets in like a super high heat, at least high humidity, high heat. If it's an environment where you're gonna sweat, nah. Same thing with that one. When I say high heat, what I mean by that is if it's in an environment where you feel like you may sweat, like your body may actually, get some perspiration going, not a good combo. But the fragrance itself is really nice, man. I mean, you're looking at a fruity nuance in here. Some people get a watermelon vibe, a cologne and watermelon type vibe coming out of here. It's there, but you're getting mostly that fruity vibe with the ambers, kind of creeping up in there, man. It's nice. It really is. This is one. This is my, I could say, third or fourth bottle of this that I've had. So it got to be something good about it because I've bought it so many times. So it got to be something good about that fragrance. Let's see. I'm going through the chat here. Say, I tried Coach Green at Dilla the other day and I personally liked it, but my brother told me it's not worth it. You say, I'll tell your brother, man, hey, I like it though. Yeah. Dude, I love what you said there, Jigga. It's definitely worth it when you buy it online for $30 or $40. Yes. Whenever you get the opportunity, buy these things at discounters. Even if you smell it at a Macy's, you smell it at a Dillard's, you smell it at a Nordstrom, you smell it at these places. If you're smelling it there, that's a great reference point. Write it down, go home or to your phone and Google it and see who has it available. Most times, Joma Shop, FragranceBuy.ca, Fragrance Net, Perfume Box for a lot of the clones and stuff. And then Olfactory LLC, Vinba, Max Aroma, all of them have. Max Aroma's got some high prices, but some of the other ones have got some good prices on it. Never have, no, don't buy it at retail. Don't buy it at retail because I think they sell that thing in retail like $80 now and you can literally get it online for 35. So yeah. It said, yo, what's going on? Finn said, I need a fruity, ambery, musky scent, champagne, sparkly vibe. And you just were basically listening when I was talking about that guy, the milestone, actually. Milestone is that. Milestone has that musky vibe to it, man. A little bit of an ambery nuance to it. Those fruits in there. I could say sparkly, kind of a champagne type of vibe to it. There's one that I keep putting people on, and I'm going to continue to do it because I think that people really need to talk about this. It doesn't cover musky. It covers woody, but woody is actually really good in this because of the longevity. This is Pisa, and I was talking about this one earlier. The top of Pisa. Everybody made fun of the bottle. Oh, that bottle is whack. Oh, ha ha. Let me tell you something though. The bottle is interesting. The fragrance, oh man, put it back on there. The fragrance is awesome because what it is basically kind of like it's a zesty type of citrus vibe to it. And it comes across almost like a ginger, but what it is a mandarin zest and lemon. And it comes across really like gingery almost when it presents. It's very airy, kind of settles down into some cedar, and then you have some amber and musk in the dry down that kind of continues to push it out. This is good. This is a lot better than advertised, and a lot of people don't talk about it because it got a lot of hype when it first popped out, but the fragrance wheel just moves so fast. People forget about a lot of those almost as soon as they pop out, but that's a good one. So if you're looking for like that champagne type of zesty type of bubbly type of vibe, check out Pizza. Let's see. I'm gonna catch back up. Hit the like button for the big homie Gator, man. I appreciate you saying that too, man. Definitely do sense. All right, Bessie, I'm looking at that Vulcan Foy and Royal Blend in the corner. Oh yeah. So Vulcan Foy, I just did the review on this one. And then I got the Royal Blends because I have Royal Blend, the regular one, Royal Blend Vintage um, over here for the test. And I actually have had it for a while, but I'm actually going to be doing a review on it in a little bit. And then I actually was doing the wearing on Royal Blend Bourbon um, this week, actually. Royal Blend Bourbon is a hard one to wear because of the fragrance DNA. It's not built for Atlanta weather. It's not built for warm weather, man. This is, I call this, and to kind of give a little spoiler, I call this my Cinnamon Toast Crunch scent. It is not an inspiration of Paradise. A lot of people are saying that they thought it was going to be Angel Share Paradise because of the coloration of the bottle and everything. Glad to tell you that it is not Paradise at all. It is their own fragrance creation, and I wish more brands would do that, do their own fragrances. It is their own fragrance creation, no inspiration, and they took a wild swing with that one. It's pleasant. I got a lot to say about it, but yeah, they took a wild swing. That's all I'm gonna say. They took a wild swing. All right, let's see. So I just say your channel dude is sub. Yeah, definitely sub the dude, man. Definitely sub the dude, man. He is one of the best in the game. One of the best in the game, man. He said, I just got that low 7 cobalt. That joint is fire. Yeah, I like low 7, man. It's got that Blue de Chanel vibe to it, but I kind of like it better because it has a fragrance note that I really like a lot. That's black currant. It comes across smoky, but that black currant in there, man, just does something with that Blue de Chanel style DNA where it gives it an extra little bit of tart kind of vibe at the top. Man, it just kind of alerts your senses to really kind of take in that incense smokiness that you would get out of a Blue de Chanel EDP or the Parfum style. It's really good. I like it a lot. A lot. Matter of that bottle feels kind of light. I don't think I I don't think I need to re-up, but I'm wondering if a certain somebody was in my room because they did take some decants. Oh, snap. Shout out to my brother. Shout out. All right. Okay, would Coach Green be good for spring, summer? Yes, definitely. You want watermelon, copper still watermelon shine? Now that's yummy. That's like 95% watermelon mixed with root beer. Yes, that one. I remember when you were talking about that one initially. That's one that I got to get. that watermelon shine. That one, I'm gonna be doing like a binge on watermelon coming up in the next couple of months. That one is good, and it's really. I've put my nose on it. I think no, I have not. Have not put my nose on watermelon shine yet, but I've heard what you said, and I think that's really. It's gonna probably be one that I really love. Um, Room 1015 Wave Child is already on my. I got a cord on the ground over here that I keep tripping on. Room 1015 Wave Child. It is already on my full bottle list. Coconut, watermelon, like literally surfer dude vibes on this one, man. This is good. I was like, you know what? And it lights up a room when you spray it. Like my wife was like, it smells because she sprayed it on. She's like, it smells feminine on me and masculine on you. That's the kind of fragrance it is. It's one of those unisex fragrances that really kind of blends in your skin chemistry, man. It's good. It's a full bottle one. And then Copper Still Watermelon Shine is another one. I'm gonna hit up Coastal Carolina too, because I think I may want to get which one was it? It was Outer Banks. It was Outer Banks. Because I'm thinking about getting Surf City as well. But Outer Banks from Coastal Carolina Parfums. Yeah, man, my face is just gonna. The camera's gonna want to focus on my face because it's so handsome. But yeah, Outer Banks from them. This is good. This is really, really good. I am definitely getting a bottle of that. I'm getting into my spring bag now. Well, my summer bag, I should say. You said, what are some discounters to avoid that like sell fake fragrances? I can't justify or can't say that they sell fakes, but there's a couple of them that when I go to their site, I get nervous. Like, was it Golden Factory that pops up all the time? I get nervous when I see that one. What's the other one I saw the other day? Discount Hub. I think dude said Sabina is good, but I always get the heebie-jeebies when I go to their site as well. It's something about their site where I'm like, I don't know. Stay away from them. It said that Herba Pura Al Haramain vibe. Yeah. Prince Green Petite Maison. Yep. Scepter Malachite. Scepter Malachite to me, by the way, and I think I cut this out of my video when we were talking about the Vulcan Foy. To me, Scepter Malachite comes across as it just doesn't come across as rich. It comes across as a little bit more one-dimensional than this one is. It projects more, does push out more. But this one just comes across a lot smoother and better blended. And overall, it lasts longer because while Scepter Malachite does push, to me, it doesn't last as. I mean, this one goes like what and what with it. But this one smells better. Hot take than Spectre Malachite by a good bit. So, okay, I'm leaving. Have a great night. Great rest of your stream. Later, everyone. Man, later, dude, man. I'm about to wrap it up myself, man, in a little bit here. Makeup, Sabina, and News Parfums are also legit, but they ship from freight. Oh, that's why. Because they ship it from England. That their site always looks weird to me. That's why. Said Jigga use fragrance.net. Yep, Fragrance X, Fragrance by Venba, Olfactory LLC, Aura Fragrance, E Discount Perfumes, Perfume Box, Max Aroma, Kingdom Fragrance, and avoid the rest for the most part. Yeah, and dude's got a handle on those, man, because he's ordered from all of them, so he can tell you whether or not they're actually legit. You know, mine, I ain't even taking the risk. I literally will go to one and be like, "Oh, please enter your code." No, I'm getting away. Anything that looks suspicious, I instantly jump off of it. All right. Oh, and Joma Shop, but just know you'll be waiting an extra week for shipping, but all those sites are legit. Yeah, Joma Shop's weird. They didn't used to be like that, man. And then I don't know what happened maybe in the last year, but they have been atrocious with their shipping times, man. Let's see, are PDMs and bond number 9 worth the money? No. Um, and you're talking to somebody whose signature fragrance for a while was Lafayette Street from bond number 9. It's not, to me, bond number 9s are slightly overpriced. I can't say that they are though, because the artist sets the price for the art. And if the artist can't get the money that he's asking for, then he'll drop the price. Bond number 9 sell very well. PDMs sell very well at the price that they are. And until they don't sell, they're going to stay that price. You know, um, you see this all the time with like when you see a lot of these fragrances on discounters from designers that opened up with this high price point, and then within the next 2 to 3 months, it's not worth that price point. You'll get it at a lot cheaper price. Heck, even a lot of niches, man. Sarah's are like that, where they're opened up with this big bold price. I'm waiting on Fig Me Up, which I really like Fig Me Up from Mancera. I did the first impressions on that one, and I have done a lot of follow up wears on that thing, man. I actually got a 5 mil decant of it, and it's gorgeous. Like I'm getting so much more out of it on this 5 mil wearing than I did on the initial decant wearing. It's a great fragrance. I'm gonna get it. It is that fig, fresh, fruity type of vibe to it, man. But at the same time, it's green. It's really green. Slightly, I came across it saying it was slightly vegetal. In the way that it presents as well, but you do pick up those tobacco nuances as it kind of goes into its deeper progression. And I really enjoy it a lot, but I don't $180 on retail enjoy it. Right now, once it gets into that sweet point spot of maybe about $100 on discounters, yeah, then I'll go ahead and rock it out. But as of right now, I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, but bond number 9s, PDMs, people pay for them at those prices, and as long as people are paying for them at those prices, they're gonna keep selling them. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to catch up through the stream here. All right, there we go. All right. Yep. Sabina is well known in Spain. They've been in business since the 70s. Okay. And they've got storefronts. Yeah, I saw the thing about the storefronts on their site. Said, man, if you can send me a sample of Vulcan Way and set the Malachite, I would greatly appreciate it. I can email you. Yeah, email me. I send you I actually will send you I have like a little price list or whatever that I put together. They're not expensive, like $4 a sample, but it really just kind of depends on. They're like 2 milliliters at $4. I'll send you the whole write up on it, but um, I don't even think I have malachite anymore. I'm gonna look and see. Uh, yep. Jigga says thanks everyone. I'm gonna head to bed now. All right, man. You have a good one. Dude said, "I dare you hate on my PDM. Most PDM on discounts right now, 150 or less, and most designers avoided that now." That's true. That is true. I can't hate on PDM because one of my favorite fragrances, man, of all time is Carlisle. So I can't, I can't hate on them, man. I really can't. So I apologize on behalf of the novice nose. I apologize for the PDM hate. in this scenario, man. I'm actually about to get out of here too, guys, because I know I need to make sure that that wifey gets fed and everything, and that I get fed. But it's been a great stream, guys. Man, make sure that y'all check out the videos that are on the channel. Go back retroactively, check those out. This week I should have the video for this one out, the Vulcan Sable. If it's not this week, it'll be early next week, because I still have the review. I'm actually doing the review, posting this one this week too. This is the Pinus Orin, that's going to be coming out this week, and the Vuzingi, that's coming out this week as well. I think this is actually going to be Tuesday's video, is the Vuzingi. And then I am actually going to be doing a giveaway. And you heard it here first. I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway for members of the channel. I'm going to be trying to do kind of a member drive here, where I'm going to be doing, you get a membership to the channel or whatever, you get entered into the competition, and go spin the wheel, and you're going to win a fragrance. So, and not something that's, well, maybe something that's not, I'm not going to use anything that's on the wall. It's going to be brand new. But I got a couple of fragrances that I actually have in mind already, that I'll be doing as part of that giveaway. But there'll be some stuff that you got to do, like you got to have to be a member of the channel, and then the way that it's going to work. And I'm kind of giving you a little heads up. I'm probably going to do a separate video for it. But the way it's going to work is basically I'm going to have 3 videos that are going to come out in a week, right? All 3 of them are going to be about these. There's going to be 3 spring fragrances that are going to be on these videos, right? Or spring, summer fragrances, right? So the way this is going to work is that you have to join, you have to like those videos, of course, but be a member of the channel. But then you're going to have to answer a question from each one of those videos. Each one of those videos is going to have something that I'm going to bring up in the video, and then there's going to be a question attached to it. You answer those 3 questions, and you get the membership. And you may not even have to do the membership. If you answer the 3 questions and you liked all 3 videos, then you'll be entered into the competition, right? So, if you, for each answer you get right, it's 1 entry. So let's say, for instance, you only watch 1 video and you answer 1 question, that's 1 entry. If you watch both videos and you answer both questions, that's 2 entries. You watch 3 videos, and you answer 3, that's 3 entries. So you'll have that, and then it'll be either a pull, like a raffle thing, or it's going to be a spin the wheel. It's probably going to be a raffle thing. And then the winner will get that fragrance that's going to be coming. It's going to be a designer fragrance here, I believe. And I got the fragrance already in mind. I'm just trying not to give hints out to it. All right, it said drop the email in chat. It said I wasn't even supposed to watch in the first place. My wife was so mad I was watching while in the store. Oh man, look. My bad. Have a great night. That was scare off the scammers. Yeah. That's kind of the purpose of it, is try to scare off the scammers a little bit, man. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the email. Or if you go to my channel, if you go to the main page, it's there. It's actually if you click on my little sign there and underneath this video where it says the novice knows, you click on my little picture, it'll bring you to the first page. And if you click the more button, it'll have the email. Actually, I could drop it in the chat from my phone. Yeah. All right, I just dropped it in here, and then I'm going to pin the message. All right. So there it is. But yeah, so and don't worry if I don't get back to you right away, because the way that this works, I don't get notifications on that email on my phone. So it's only when I'm at my desk in here doing work, that I'll see those emails. So, response times may vary on that. So just be cool with it. Now I only ship to the continental United States as well. So just saying. Um, but that's all I got, guys. Man, I'm about to go ahead and roll out. Like I said, got to get wifey together and everything. And how did I do that? I just did something new. Saints getting Shador. I see the hat. So that's what the rumors going around as is the Saints are going to be getting Shador Sanders. I don't want that, and here's why I don't want that, because if you look at the way that the Saints are built, I don't like Derek Carr. Derek Carr should ride out somewhere, right? If you look at the way that the Saints are built right now, and you got a new coach that's coming in, the problem is right now, their offensive line is not built to maximize a quarterback like Shador. And I have a feeling if you put him behind the Saints line as it stands right now, you're taking a chance of him getting hurt. Now, that being said, they are making some moves as far as doing some rebuilds. I'll see how it works. I'm going to say this, and this is going to be controversial as well. I've never been that impressed with Shador as a quarterback. Um, I think that he's talented, but I also think that we have a very shallow um, quarterback class this year. You got Cam Ward, who I think is good. Um, and you got Shador and Jackson Dart, and that's basically it. And they're all serviceable quarterback. I don't see any of them as being, oh, that's a superstar quarterback. I don't see it. And I've watched Shador play many times. Shador has some issues with decision making. Sometimes now some of that could be predicated by the fact that the talent around him at Colorado wasn't exactly um, 5-star all the way around the board. But I'm a little trepidous about drafting Shador. I would rather we go with a Will Campbell from LSU, of course, the LSU boy, or another offensive lineman. I think we need to really build that offensive line, get Derek Carr off of our books, and then focus on the draft class coming up next year. You're going to have Nussmeier. You're probably going to have Manning in that class. You're going to have a few other quarterbacks that are actually, I think, going to make it a little bit better draft class next year for QBs than this year. Because this QB class pales to last year's. And now, I mean, you could say that last year's had Jaden Daniels, it had Caleb Williams, and but it had some quarterbacks that were actually going to make a difference. These two, I don't see it. I don't see how Cam Ward makes a difference on a sub 500 team, or hell, a team that's lower than 300. um, so, which is who he'll go to. He's going to go to a team that has a horrible record. So, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. That being said, if Shador comes there, I'll be excited about it. I want to see how it turns out. I don't like the sideshow, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Um, but I think as a player, he would be solid if you put the right pieces around him. The Saints are sneaky, deceptively a better team than what people give them credit for, but they're getting older and they need to really look at how they're doing things on offense this year specifically. And having Kellen Moore coming in as a coach, I think that's going to be a definite winner. All right, guys, I'm out of here. So, all right, appreciate you, man. I'm looking a few in the back. Hopefully, we can negotiate a price. Yeah, well, we'll see what's going on, man. Holler at me. All right, man. Well, y'all have a good one. I am out of this cut, man. Peace out. See ya. And whatever you guys doing, wherever y'all are, make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out.